Hello, my name is Isabella Perez, Recreation Leader for the City of Socorro. Thank you for joining today's meeting. Before the meeting begins, we would like to remind our guests to remove all hats and silence all electronic devices. No destructive behavior or outbursts will be tolerated, and violators are subject to ejection and possible prosecution.
Hola, mi nombre es Judy Rodríguez, secretaria de Planificación de la Ciudad de Socorro. Gracias por participar en la reunión de hoy. Antes de que comience la reunión, nos gustaría recordarles a nuestros invitados favor de quitarse los sombreros y silenciar todos los dispositivos electrónicos. No se tolerará ningún comportamiento perturbador ni exabrupto y los infractores estarán sujetos a expulsión y posible procesamiento.
Good evening, everyone. I want to welcome you all to the City of Socorro's regular council meeting for April 2nd, 2026. It's 6:03 p.m. and I call this meeting to order. As always, we begin our meetings with the Pledge of Allegiance. And today, we have a very special guest with us here on behalf of the Ernesto Serna Fine Arts Academy. We have more than one guest. And the group is much larger, but I know that they're representing their school right now and they're representing the city right now in one of our sports activities. So we wish them the very best of luck. And today these ladies will be leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance and a brief moment of silence. If you would all please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Please join us for a moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you. So on behalf of the City of Socorro and the City Council, we want to present Cielo Gale here with a certificate of recognition. But we want to do something special today because her teammates are out there playing, and she's going to recognize her teammates today by calling out their names. But Cielo, this is your certificate, and we want to thank you on behalf of the City of Socorro.
Thank you.
Denise Delarte, Jaylin Villatoro, Jaylin Díaz, Lía Castañeda, Julie Medina, Zoe Carrillo, Gislaine Rivero, Brooklyn Núñez, Isela Bejerano, Carly Berry, Fernanda Miramontes, Ana Arevado, Mireya Aniles.
So you want to take these two back to your teammates there? Okay. And let them know that the YouTube video is live right now, so when they get home from the game, they can log in there and they can check it out and they can hear you calling out all their names, okay? Thank you so much, Cielo.
Thank you.
You guys want to take a quick photo with us? Let's go over there in the front. You need to shake everyone's hand now. At this time, we're going to go ahead and establish quorum.
Ruben Reyes.
Yes.
Cesar Nevares is absent. Alejandro Garcia.
Here.
Mayor Rudy Cruz.
Here.
Gina Cordero.
Here.
And Irene Rojas.
Present.
Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Ms. Navarro. We're going to go ahead and move into the public comment section of our meeting.
Mayor, we have no speakers today.
No speakers today?
Speakers.
Would you like to speak?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to move item 24 after presentations.
Okay,
Second.
there's been a motion, a second, and a third to move item 24 after item 7. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, that motion carries. We're going to move on to agenda item number 5, and this is a very, very special recognition. And today we're going to be honoring Carlos Sepulveda Sr., who was a United States Marine veteran and valued member of the Socorro community. And I just want to give a brief background and summary on this item here. This was a council, and I requested the consideration and approval for this memoriam recognition honoring Mr. Sepulveda. And he was a United States Marine Corps veteran and a dedicated member of our community. He honorably served in the United States Marine Corps, achieving the rank of Corporal E4 and serving during the Vietnam War. During his service, he was awarded several commendations, including the National Defense Service Medal, Combat Action Ribbon, Purple Heart Medal, Vietnamese Service Medal, Vietnam Campaign Medal, Vietnamese Cross and Gallantry Medal, and Rifle Sharpshooter Badge. Following his military service, Mr. Sepulveda continued his commitment to public service through his involvement with the City of Socorro Parks and Recreation Commission, where he served from October 17 to 2013 through July 21st of 2016. Mr. Sepulveda was a valued and respected member of the community whose contributions helped enhance the quality of life for residents. His passing is a significant loss to the City of Socorro. This in memoriam recognition serves to honor his service to our nation, his sacrifice, and his dedication to the community. I know that some of his fellow veterans are here with us today. I want to thank you all for your service and commitment to this great country, and to all of our Vietnam veterans, welcome home. Our staff has created a short video here for the family members of Mr. Sepulveda. At this time, we're going to go ahead and showcase that video in his memory.
A memoriam recognition speech for honoring Carlos Sepulveda Sr. Mayor, members of council, and members of our community. Tonight we gather in solemn reflection and deep gratitude to honor the life, service, and legacy of Carlos Sepulveda Sr., a proud United States Marine Corps veteran and deeply respected member of the Socorro community. Born on May 22, 1950, and passed on March 6, 2026, Mr. Sepulveda lived a life defined by courage, sacrifice, and an unwavering commitment to service. During the Vietnam War, he answered our nation's call with honor, rising to the rank of corporal and serving with distinction in the United States Marine Corps. His bravery and dedication were recognized through numerous commendations, including the National Defense Service Medal, Combat Action Ribbon, Purple Heart Medal, Vietnam Service Medal, Vietnam Campaign Medal, the Vietnam Cross of Gallantry, and the Rifle Sharpshooter Badge. These honors stand as an enduring symbol of his valor, resilience, and steadfast defense to our freedom that we hold so dear. Yet his service did not end upon returning home. Mr. Sepulveda continued to embody the values of duty and community here in Socorro. From October 17th in the year of 2013 through July 21st, 2016, he served on the City of Socorro Parks and Recreation Commission, where he contributed his time, insight, and leadership to enhancing programs, improving public spaces, and enriching the quality of life for our residents. His efforts helped strengthen not only our parks and services, but the very fabric of our community. Mr. Sepulveda was more than a decorated veteran. He was a neighbor, leader, and a man of integrity and quiet strength. He gave of himself, not for recognition, but out of a genuine love for his community and a deep sense of responsibility to others. He represented the very best of Socorro, resilient, compassionate, and committed to leaving a lasting positive impact. His passing is a profound loss to his family, his loved ones, and to the City of Socorro. However, his legacy endures in the freedoms he helped protect, in the community he helped strengthen, and in the example he leaves for all of us to follow. On behalf of the City of Socorro, we extend our deepest gratitude for his honorable service to our nation, our city, and our heartfelt appreciation for his lasting contributions to this community. May we honor his memory not only in words, but through continued service, compassion, and dedication to one another. At this time, we'd like to play a brief video honoring the life of Mr. Sepulveda.
At this time, I want to open up the floor to any of the family members of Mr. Sepulveda or any of his fellow veterans. If you would like to speak on this item here today, you're more than welcome to. No? Okay. Well, as far as what I have to say, I can only share with you the little that I knew about Mr. Sepulveda. When I call it jogging. It was probably more like speed walking in front of his house. He'd be out there always doing something, either on the tractor or he was out there doing yard work, and he'd wave to me. He was a really good guy. And what my family has told me about Mr. Sepulveda, he was a very, very good football player, and he was a really good-looking guy in his younger years. And I just wanted to share that with all of you today. He was very well loved, not only by his family, but his community. And we appreciate the men and women in uniform. And it's because of you all we have the freedoms that we have today, and we're able to sit here today and speak about it. So I want to thank you all. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and move into the next item. Also, did we have Mr. Sepulveda's image displayed out in the? Okay, good. All right, thank you for doing that.
We will make sure the family gets the.
Great, I appreciate that. Thanks so much. We're going to move into agenda item 6, and this is the recognition of the 2026 Campus Teachers of the Year and 2026 Campus School Support Employees of the Year for the Socorro High School feeder area schools. And these items that always come to the table when it's recognizing our students and our teachers, a lot of times comes from Mr. Garcia, who is also an educator, and he's very passionate about what he does. I hear the way he speaks about his work, and him being a member of this community, he always feels that it's important to recognize our teachers and our students and all of their accomplishments. So I want to thank Mr. Garcia for placing these items on the table, and I want to go ahead and hand it off to you, Mr. Garcia.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate that. Yeah, as a teacher, I know how it is. Yeah, I'm not gonna leave work and get in a suit. That's not me. So I get off work and I come straight over here, do what I gotta do, because we're tired. And that's what teachers have a lot to do. And what it is now is star crunch, and it's star review. I get it. It's really rough. But I hope this little bit can recognition, just brighten up your day, and know that the city is always looking out for you guys. Okay, so each school year, every elementary and secondary campus within the Socorro Independent School District selects its representative teacher of the year and School Support Employee of the Year. The nomination of the selection of these individuals determined by their colleagues. The City of Socorro would like to recognize the 2026 Campus Toy and the 2026 Support Staff of the Year. For each school in the Socorro feeder pattern, these individuals showed commitment, perseverance, leadership within their roles, working directly or indirectly with students. The following are the teacher support employees to be recognized. And I really like the Support Staff of the Year. I was an aide for 13 years before I became a teacher. So everybody knows how much aides work, and so I'm really grateful for that recognition for them. So we're gonna start with Campestre. Our teacher of the year is Arias Aguilar, 4th grade teacher.
Mayor,
Oh, he's gonna read the names?
speaking, yeah. No,
He'll read the names.
Okay, so when I read your name, please go ahead and come forward. This lovely lady in the pink blazer will give you your certificate, and then we'll invite you to shake hands with our council and also take some photos. Please remain standing up here at the dais, and I'll also take a group picture after. I'm going to go in the order that they gave me the certificates, so please listen for your name. I'll announce your title and your school. We're going to start with Secretary for Socorro Middle, Marcela Mares. Instructional aid for physical education from Robert R. Rojas, Arturo Galindo. Security guard for Hueco Elementary, Dominic Rojas. Nurse for HD Hilly, Graciela Escajeda. Physical education aid for Escontrias STEAM Academy, Alexis Mancera. Campus clerk for Campestre Elementary School, Helen Serna. Do you want to do it in two groups or one group picture?
Let's do each.
Because that was the first group
That was the
completed.
first group. They're gonna be kind of big, right? So should we do? Let's do individual. Okay.
So
let's
can
do
this
individual.
group go ahead and stand in the middle so we can do a group
Yeah.
photo?
We're gonna take a photo. Here.
Ma'am, come back.
And the next time I get a certificate, I want the same crowd to come over here and clap and cheer for me, right?
Principals, if you're in the audience, you're more than welcome to come up with Ms. Sochi and take a photo. Principals, if you want to get in the photo, you're more than welcome to. Let's make sure you're holding your certificates right side up. There you go. Thank you. From Socorro High School, Assistant Principal Clerk, Denise Castillo. From Salvador Sanchez, Instructional Aid at Risk, Carla Ruiz. From Ernesto Serna Fine Arts Academy, Parent Liaison, Yamile Gonzalez. That is the second group. Principals, if you're in the audience, you're more than welcome to take a photo. And then the second one will be you in the photo as well. Thank you. From Campestre Elementary School, fourth grade teacher of the year, Iraís Aguilar. From Escontria STEAM Academy, first grade teacher, Roxanne Pretzer. From H.T. Hilly Elementary School, first grade teacher, Ann Canchola. From Robert R. Rojas Elementary School, third grade teacher, Brandy Galindo. From Hueco Elementary School, first grade bilingual teacher, Vanessa Parra. From Ernesto Serna Fine Arts Academy, special education co-teacher, Hilda Duran. Principals, if you're in the audience and want to take a photo, now's your moment to come up here with Ms. Sochi.
Same energy.
Principals, do you want to be in the photo? You're more than welcome. Sochi, are they okay? You need them to shift? Okay. Awesome. Oh, wait, one more with the phone. One more with the phone. Thank you. We have one more group. From Socorro Middle School, special education 6th through 8th grade teacher, Suri Rodriguez. From Salvador H. Sanchez Middle School, special education 6th through 8th grade teacher, Pamela de la Torre. Last but not least, from Socorro High School, graphic arts and athletic coach, Javier Esparza. Okay, ask Dr. Sorga if he wants us to use this one. The principal. That's the last group. Big smiles. Yes, sir.
Wait, I want to picture with Sandy.
I want to add that I am extremely honored and proud to be sitting here and just sharing these congratulations with you because I've worked alongside with you guys. You are my partners, you're my colleagues, and I am truly proud to be here and seeing you, the dedication it takes, the changes you make in the students' lives. It is amazing, and it is a very difficult job that not very many that are not educators know. So with my heart, I tell you, I thank you for everything that you do. You're all amazing. You've gotten here. It's truly a blessing to have you in our field. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ms. Rojas. Before our teachers head out to the dusty tap or wind down, I do want to say this: this administration that I'm currently working with on the table right now has made a strong effort in bringing this community close together, because that's one of the things that Socorro has here is we have a culture. We have a culture of being a tight-knit community, and I want to keep it that way. So I'm telling all of our teachers, our educators, please take this back to your educational institutions and let your principals know, the teachers know, the parents know. If there's any student that we need to recognize here, by all means reach out to our staff, and we'd be more than happy to, because those are our residents, those are our community members, and they attend the schools and you teach them, and they're with you guys for so many hours every day. So we appreciate that, and we thank you all. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and move into our next agenda item at this time. This is agenda item number 7. This is also a presentation to honor the 2026 Hermanas speakers.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Victor Reta, your Director of Communications. Before you is a presentation put together by our new multimedia specialist, Ms. Xochitl Marquez. Before we start, I just want to say that this is our 4th year doing Hermanas. Hermanas is an annual conference that we do in-house for our staff, which is a women's empowerment and leadership series. However, I make sure to keep my hands out of it. It's run by women, for women, to empower women, based for all of our staff to grow, learn, and lean on each other. With that, I'd like to welcome our multimedia specialist to the podium, Ms. Xochitl Marquez.
Hello. Okay. Hi, Mayor and Council. I'm on the flip side of things today, so it feels kind of weird. I wrote. So, hello, Mayor and Council. I'm Xochitl Marquez, Multimedia Specialist for the City of Socorro. So during the month of March, the City of Socorro Recreation Department proudly celebrates Women's History Month by hosting our annual Hermanas Empowerment Series. So throughout this month-long series, influential women from across the borderland, representing a variety of industries, were invited to speak to City of Socorro staff. Each speaker shared, we're flipping. Each speaker shared her personal and professional journey, highlighting the challenges she has overcome, the lessons she has learned, and the motivations that continue to inspire her. This series provides a meaningful opportunity to reflect on the strength, resilience, and the impact of these remarkable women and the inspiration that they bring to our community. At this time, we will play a short video introducing the Hermana Speaker Series, followed by the presentation of certificates of appreciation to our 2026 speakers. Thank you.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Mi nombre es Jocelyn Ortega. Yo soy presentadora del Tiempo para Telemundo 48 El Paso.
Hi, I'm Crystal Saavedra, and I am the Deputy Assistant to Mayor Bernard Johnson at the City of El Paso.
Hi, my name is Valerie Herrera, and I'm with UTEP Institutional Advancement, and I'm happy to be here.
Hi, my name is Lauren Macia Cervantes. I'm a Public Information Officer with the TxDOT El Paso District.
My name is Monica Velarde Reyes, and I'm the judge for the District Court, 327 District Court.
Para mí el ser hermana representa mucho porque creo que todos necesitamos una familia y es importante porque nuestra comunidad es justamente eso. Siempre buscamos a la prima, a la tía, pero cuando me toca compartir con cada una de las mujeres que están cambiando la narrativa de nuestra ciudad, llena mi corazón porque me inspira a ser mejor que lo que fui ayer.
Being an hermana in my industry is extremely important because I believe that we have a powerful place to stand in rooms that probably don't have people that look like us. So it's very important because I want to make sure that I not only open that door and create a path, but make sure I hold the door open for future hermanas to be able to do the same thing that I have been able to do in my life.
Being an hermana to me means representing my culture with pride and leading with authenticity and courage and paving the way for others and having our voices heard and making space for others who deserve a seat at the table, and also just remembering, you know, where I've come from and how much I've grown, and just remaining grounded in my roots.
I think it's really great to be a woman in the field that I'm in because yes, there's a lot of public information officers in many different industries, but within construction, you know, that's sometimes an industry that women perhaps may not think about. They may be a little bit intimidated because there are, it is a male-dominant industry. It does have a lot to do with engineering, and you have to, you know, understand construction, understand those engineering terms. And so I think it's really great to share those stories and to show others that yes, you can be part of a male-dominant industry.
The position that I'm in is unique in that there's not that many people in this type of position. So when I was young, looking up to my role models, we didn't have that many. And now knowing that there are more women in these types of positions, it's wonderful to know that hopefully I can serve as a role model to others behind me.
At this time, I'd like to welcome two of the featured speakers which are here today, Ms. Jocelyn Ortega and Ms. Crystal Saavedra, to the podium to share a few words before we do photos with council and give you your awards.
Yo hablo el de español. Hola, ¿qué tal a todos? Muchísimas gracias por este reconocimiento y esta oportunidad una vez más para acercarnos a nuestra comunidad. Para mi familia en Telemundo 48 El Paso es un privilegio poder salir y conocer a nuestra gente, pero personalmente para mí, Jocelyn Ortega, estaba muy cerquitas. Para mí, Jocelyn Ortega verdaderamente es un honor y un privilegio acercarme a esta comunidad. Toda nuestra región es bonita, pero la gente de Socorro siempre me recibe con una sonrisa. Ahorita lo mirábamos, un gritito que te llena el alma y verdaderamente es un honor y un placer estar con todos ustedes, así que gracias por esta oportunidad por parte mía y también por mi familia de Telemundo 48 El Paso. Gracias.
Hi, my name is Crystal. Thank you guys for this recognition. Thank you for the opportunity to come and speak to the staff. I had an amazing opportunity. For me, it's very special because I actually went to Socorro High School, so I'm an alumni of Socorro High School, and my heart has always been in this city, and I do work for Mayor Johnson, and so it's just an honor to come back to here. I was just telling Sochi, it's like weird to be on this side of it, and also speaking at a podium. I'm usually behind the scenes. But I just want to say thank you. Your staff is amazing. It's great to work with all of you all. I hope I get to come back and continue to share my story and contribute to a city who truly built me back when I was in high school. It's an honor to come back and just show a product of truly what this community has done. To be able to represent at the city and in DC when I worked at the White House, it's just amazing to come and see what Socorro has done from back when I was a little teenager. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. I'm not sure if Ms. Rodarte wanted to add anything. I know you were attending all of the sessions.
Me?
So for me, it's great to hear other women in positions that empower us. And it's very interesting to hear your story, right? I think that sometimes you share a story and we live our lives without ever experiencing what you've experienced. So it's great to hear that, and it's great motivation. So thank you.
At this time, we'll call your name. I'll have Councilwomen Gina and also Irene Rojas and Ms. Cordero, present you with your award. If we can also take a group photo, and then we'll be on our way.
For certificate, thank you, and congratulations to Jocelyn Ortega.
And also we have Crystal Saavedra.
Yes, we'll take a group photo. If I can get our awardees in the middle with our mayor, and then council around them. Thank you.
At this time, we're going to go ahead and move into agenda item 24. And this is the discussion and action regarding support for National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, and to approve an agreement to use city facilities for NHANES operations. Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Yes, you are.
Okay. We need a motion, right?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Victor Reta, your Director of Recreations. Before you is an agenda item for consideration to bring a program to the city of Socorro. Without giving too much of stealing their thunder, I want to introduce Alexa Ortiz and Ronnie Elting from the NHANES program, who will present this opportunity for us to see some really cool opportunities regarding data sets, research, and also public health. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome them to the podium, and then I'll go ahead and share your presentation. Just let me know when to change slide.
All right. Thank you so much, Mayor and Council. I really appreciate you all letting me come here and speak today. My name is Alexa Ortiz. I'm with the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey. We can go ahead and move to the next slide. So the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, more commonly just known as NHANES, this is a survey that's run by the National Center for Health Statistics, which is part of the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. And the really neat thing about this survey is it takes a snapshot of the health of the United States. So it's a great resource for looking if people are getting healthier, less healthier, and looking at emerging issues. So it's a really good just overall view of how the health of the U.S. is looking. And we've been doing this for more than 60 years. So for more than 60 years, we've been collecting data through interviews in participants' homes, also by telephone interviews, as well as we ask folks to come to our mobile exam center which we are asking to place at the Civic Center across the street. You can go ahead and move to the next slide. So as I said, NHANES allows us to take a look at if people are getting more healthy, less healthy, how common certain diseases are, as well as if there's any new health issues that are emerging that we should be concerned about. So the example I like to give here is, it was in the 70s that it was NHANES that was responsible for flagging that Americans had rising lead levels. And then it was NHANES also that went on to track that the policy that removed lead from paint and gasoline then had an impact and actually resulted in lowering lead levels. And today also NHANES data is contributing to data sets that inform blood pressure guidelines, cholesterol guidelines, so it really allows folks to know if they're going to the doctor, hey, the blood pressure that the physician is telling me that I should reach is actually a healthy blood pressure, and it's representative of the data, or representative of the United States and the health of the US. So you can go ahead and move to the next slide. And so as I said, the NHANES collects data from a couple different ways. We have interviewers that go to people's homes. We have a mobile exam center that actually does health exams. Participants are selected to participate in NHANES. Their household is actually selected. It's randomized selection through census data. But we recognize that people go out of their way to participate. This is a burden on them, so we do offer them a token of appreciation for the interviews for the mobile health exam, as well as we offer a token of, or we also offer coverage for both child care and adult care costs, as well as transportation costs. And folks get the results of their exam back. They get results that they can take with them that day of the exam, as well as they get results that are mailed afterwards. All right, next slide. And the other question we always get alongside, what do you guys do with the data, is how do I know my data is actually secure? We always tell people your data is de-identified. There's no data that we give out that people would be able to look at to see someone's name or any other personally identifiable information. All of the NHANES data that we collect through interviews, through those health exams, are all kept private. Personal information isn't shared, and it's always de-identified before it's shared with any researchers or anyone else who wants to use the data set. All right, next slide. And so the reason I'm here today is to not only ask if we can use the Civic Center parking lot for the mobile exam center. I wanted to share information with you all about NHANES. So we like to let folks know that we're coming to your community, because inevitably you all get questions from community members. What are these mobile exam centers? What is this field interviewer that's showing up at my house? You get questions. So we want to let you know that who we are, what we're doing, that we're working in the community. And we also look to you all and other community organizations to help us point to referral clinics that we can share with participants in NHANES when they come to our mobile exam center and they might not have a regular source of health care. We also look to identify other community organizations that we should reach out to share information about NHANES. And we also look to you all to help promote NHANES. So share information through your social media newsletters, those channels that you already have. And all of that is really just to provide reassurance to the community that we're a legitimate, credible initiative. We're not going to steal their data, that they can trust us when they get a letter in the mail saying their household has been selected. And not only that, they understand the important effort their data is being contributed toward. So with that, that's it. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And I'm also happy to answer any questions you all might have.
Do any members of council have any questions on this item here?
No, sir. We are going to pass out to you the presentation in print, as well as the copies of what the actual mobile unit looks like, because that wasn't included.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Should it be the desire of council to approve this item today and we do move forward with it, after the survey is conducted, will there be a period for reporting back to this body, just showing us what the outcome looks like within our community?
No, unfortunately not. That is also a question that we commonly get. So all the data that we, Can you hear me okay? All the data that we collect is going toward a nationally representative sample. So the nationally representative data is going to be made available is going to be a publicly available data set, but you would not be able to look at it to see like, okay, this is the data for the specific city or any other location that we're at.
Okay, just at a national level overall.
Correct.
Okay, understood, okay. Great.
I do have a quick question. Is there a limit on how many participants are allowed to participate, and also is there an age group?
So for the number of participants, we're trying to target, we work to recruit about 500 households in the area will be eligible to participate. So as I said, that's selected through census data, and the households are randomly selected. Sometimes it might be one member at a household, sometimes it might be multiple members that are selected to participate. But then each location we're at throughout the United States, it's that same about 500 households that get randomly selected. And then as far as the age range for folks participating, NHANES is birth to death. So because we also, along with adults, we also ask children to participate, obviously with the consent of their parent. But then like the data that we collect from them would go toward updating pediatric growth charts and other data that informs healthcare for children.
Right, thank you.
Is this just basically to collect data from different homes? Are you providing a personal care at all?
No, it's just to collect data. There's no follow-up care, but we do have a chief medical officer who calls participants if their data does flag something abnormal, and that's why we ask for the referrals to local healthcare providers, because we provide those with 2 participants should they need to follow up for medical care afterwards.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments on this item? No?
Prior to the vote, I'd like just to clarify, because I think it was a little hard to hear with the audio. So whoever does come will receive care there. There are options for child care, I think that's what you might have been asking, Ms. Rojas. So they do have those partnership programs in place to provide that, as well as some type of compensation depending on if you get selected. But you will walk out with your actual health screening. So they will provide that service, if that was the question.
And these health screenings, for example, are constituents with insurances that you're just selecting?
Insurance isn't factored into it. So we don't collect their insurance data. We don't submit anything to the insurance agencies.
And no economic cost for our constituents? Cost.
Oh, no cost to constituents.
Thank you.
Very well.
And if we get selected, we would be the only site in the county that would service random zip codes that the census data gives them. So they would come to us.
Thank you.
There was a motion and second on this item. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstain? That motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Look forward to working with you all. And I know my mom's going to be the first to line up for the $100 gift card. Moving on to consent agenda.
Motion to approve consent agenda.
There's a motion and second to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. Moving on to the regular agenda. This is the agenda item number 18. This is a public hearing on ordinance number 695, amendment number 1, decreasing the fiscal year 2025 to 2026 budget by $13,949.
Motion to approve.
Public hearing is now open at 6:52 p.m. Sorry about that, guys.
No speakers, Mayor.
As there are no speakers, we're going to go ahead and close the public hearing at 6:52 p.m. as well. Agenda item number 19. So the second reading and adoption of an ordinance number 695, amendment number 1, decreasing the fiscal year 2025-2026 budget by $13,949.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This item is requesting approval on the budget amendment decreasing the fiscal year 2025-2026 in the amount of $13,949. The attached spreadsheet in your backup materials outlines the specific department budget line items that are being adjusted, reflected updated and accurate allocations. This amendment ensures that the city budget remains aligned with current expenditures and financial activity. Staff is available to answer any questions.
Do any members of council have any questions or comments on this item here? No? No? There was a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And that motion carries. Thank you. We're moving on to our grants department. This is agenda item number 20. This is the discussion and action to approve a proclamation declaring April 2026 as Fair Housing Month in the city of Socorro, Texas.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Alejandra Valadez, City Development Director. We are here requesting your approval for this proclamation. This is an opportunity for us to get the word out on the Fair Housing Act, to inform our residents about their rights under this federal law and state law. And without much further ado, if I may read the proclamation for you all. So, proclamation declaring April 2026 as Fair Housing Month in Socorro, Texas. Whereas the Fair Housing Act, enacted on April 11, 1968, enshrined into federal law the goal of eliminating racial segregation and ending housing discrimination in the United States. And whereas the Fair Housing Act prohibits discrimination in housing based on race, color, religion, sex, familial status, national origin, and disability, and commits recipients of federal funding to affirmatively further fair housing in their communities. And whereas the City of Socorro is committed to the mission and intent of Congress to provide fair and equal housing opportunities for all. And whereas our social fabric, the economy, health, and environment are strengthened in diverse, inclusive communities. And whereas more than 50 years after the passage of the Fair Housing Act, discrimination persists and many communities remain segregated. And whereas acts of housing discrimination and barriers to equal housing opportunity are repugnant to a common sense of decency and fairness, now therefore be it resolved that the City of Socorro does hereby declare the month of April 2026 as Fair Housing Month. In the City of Socorro, an inclusive community committed to fair housing and to promoting appropriate activities by private and public entities to provide and advocate for equal housing opportunities for all residents and future residents of Socorro.
Thank you, Ms. Valadez.
Thank you.
I believe there was a motion and second on this item. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstain? That motion carries. Thank you. Agenda item number 21. This is the discussion and action to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the Workforce Solutions Borderplex to advance mutual objectives by supporting workforce development, business growth, community engagement, and service delivery at the E.G. Chayo Apodaca Community Center in Socorro, Texas. There is no financial impact as a result of this MOU.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Alejandra Valadez. We are requesting your approval on this MOU to continue our collaboration with Workforce Solutions Borderplex. And I would like to invite Mr. Jose Quiñones up to give you a little bit more information about the wonderful work that Workforce Solutions Borderplex does in our community and to encourage our residents to visit.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Jose Quiñones. Very quickly, this is the second time that we come to you with Workforce Solutions Borderplex. About 3 years ago, we signed the first agreement. And it's really a first for Socorro because before that, they never had a permanent site here in this area. And very happy that as part of our building the Socorro small business entrepreneurial community, we have a partner. And they were one of the first ones. We now have 3 partners there. At the Chayo Community Center, Workforce Solutions Borderplex, we have Project Vida, and we also have Borderplex Community Capital. We're working on a 4th one, and it's all part of that idea of building support, building partnerships with regional agencies that can provide reliable services that are needed in this community, and those are providing job placement assistance as well as providing services to employers when they're looking for employees. Workforce is a place for them to start. because they provide all these services at no cost to the public. So it's a great partnership that we have. Any questions?
Oh, any questions for Mr. Quiñones?
No, sir.
No? All right. Well, we appreciate you all bringing these resources to the center, and we appreciate you working with the small business community and also just the community in general in order to bring these services here. There was a motion and second on this item here for the MOU. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstain? That motion carries. Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Quiñones and Ms. Valadez.
Thank you for all that you do. Greatly appreciate it.
The next item is agenda item 22. This is the discussion and action to approve an addendum to the Foreign Trade Zone Distribution Site Operator Agreement with Pilot Air Freight LLC to recognize the entity consolidation and name change of Pilot Air Freight LLC into the parent company Maersk Logistics and Services USA, Inc.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. We are requesting your approval of this addendum with incorporating the feedback from legal. And that without much further ado, I'll let Jose Quiñones talk a little bit about why this amendment is needed for our FTZ operator.
All right, Jose Quiñones again. Mayor and Council, I'm very happy that we continue to support this great company. They came to us 2 years ago. It was basically 2 years ago that we approved the first foreign trade zone in Socorro under its grant of authority number 302. But more importantly, all this is a change of names. Years ago, they started working as they merged Pilot into its parent company, which is Maersk Logistics and Services USA. That is the the U.S. company here. Globally, I mean, we're very fortunate because they're part of one of the largest global companies in the world with over 100,000 employees represented in 130 countries. And what I like about this company is that they bring a corporate culture of family, of contributing to communities. And they're already showing that. In this 2 years that they've been here, they've become a partner in supporting the small business community programs. And they do that in various ways. They provided their place for one of our key events, which is the Women's Conference that we had just a month ago, as well as sponsoring some of our successful small business programs, such as the Socorro Breakfast. So with no further ado, I really just want to thank you for allowing this to go forth. In terms of compliance, I mean, it's a no-brainer. We have to do this because they need to be able to get approval, not only from the city of Socorro, but also U.S. Customs and Border Protection and the U.S. Foreign Trade Zones Board. So we have to sign off on this to make sure it's done right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Quiñones.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on this item?
No, sir.
No?
sir.
There was a motion. Yeah, Ms. Valadez?
We'd like to request the motion to approve the addendum with feedback from legal. I believe they had some additional comments on that addendum. So that would be the request for the motion.
I'd like to amend my motion to approve with the
Feedback from legal.
feedback from legal.
Second.
Okay, there was a motion and second on this item here. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. That motion carries. Moving on to our Recreation Center. This is agenda item number 23. This is the discussion and action regarding Lupita Infante at the Independence Day Extravaganza performance contract for the 2026 Index event.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Before you is an agenda item for consideration to bring our headliner to this 4th of July's event. We did reach out to several artists. One of the main headliners that was in our budget, which is lower than last year, is Ms. Lupita Infante, who will be bringing her mariachis with her if selected. As mentioned, the cost of this performer is lesser than last year. As always, the city does go out for sponsorships to cover costs, not only for the performer, but also for the fireworks, which council has previously passed. So we are working on getting a portion of that covered, if not all of it. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Is this the only artist that we are looking at?
The only large artist that has a management team that would need a contract, yes. But we do have DJs locally that will play beforehand. So there will be other music as well.
Can you speak a little bit on the relationship to the famous artist Pedro Infante and this one?
Yes, so Lupita Infante is Pedro Infante's granddaughter. She is a Grammy-nominated artist and does fall within the Tex-Mex Latino genre. She has been well-known. Her Instagram and social media accounts have over 1 million+ followers. And the actual management group is familiar with our region. They actually do work with Speaking Rock as well, and they're familiar with what our audience tastes tend to be, which is why they were recommended Miss Infante.
Perfect.
Very
Thank
cool.
you.
Very nice. There was a motion and second on this item. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And that motion carries. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We've already discussed agenda item number 24. We're now on agenda item 25. This is the discussion and action to approve the sale of alcohol for the Independence Day extravaganza and allow up to 2 qualified vendors to apply for the permit.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. As within regulation and compliance for not only TABC, but also City Charter, it is required for me to come before you to ask permission for alcohol sales to be approved within a city park. And TABC also needs it on record that you're approving the sale as well. We are putting up to 2 vendors this year, so that way there's a little bit more accessibility for our patrons to go ahead and get service. I know last year that was a concern, so we did listen and we expanded that into our amenities this year for the event. As always, any applicant would have to comply with TABC and then follow up with our city clerk, Ms. Olivia, for her letter, so that way it's documented. Once they have their permitting and applications in place, they will go with P&Z to take out the city's permit as well. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
Does any member of council have any questions or comments on this
I
one?
want to know, how many vendors total will we have for alcohol?
We're asking for you to approve 2.
But that's all that has approached us?
No, so you need to approve it before we can ask anyone to apply. So right now, the request from staff is for council to approve the permit for 2 vendors. If you want to increase it, that would be this time to go ahead and discuss that.
Okay. And I'm only asking because last year, I think, we ran out, although it wasn't needed and everybody had an amazing time. I do know that it was early on in the day when we ran out, so just make it last a little bit longer.
That's why we're increasing it to 2.
That's why this year we're not allowing Ms. Rojas to stand in that line.
I went to try and buy, no había, so.
I do also want to make note that we are complying with the police request that we stop the sale of alcohol 1 hour before the event ends. So we are doing that as well.
Perfect, thank you.
Mr. Reta, when staff seeks the vendors, I think what we're used to seeing is like the traditional sale of alcohol through the, like the small trailers and stuff like that. Is that something being considered this year, or?
So since the city doesn't purchase or sell alcohol, it's up to the vendor. We do provide them the contact with LNF distributors and do encourage them to buy more than what they expect due to the demand of our audience. But that's something that we connect them not only with Vicencio's Ice for the ice trailer every year, but we also connect them with LNF to get their product. We do encourage them to take other people's tastes into account to make sure that there's a variety of flavors and options, but ultimately it comes out to the vendor to decide how they price point their products and what they sell. It just needs to be in compliance with federal and state law. For the sale of alcohol, it's allowed.
Okay. Thank you.
But I will encourage that when they come in and play.
Thank you for the clarification. Okay. I believe there was a motion and second on this item. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And that motion carries as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're moving on to the Planning and Zoning Department with agenda item number 26. This is the discussion and action regarding the petition to release the following real property from the City of Socorro's ETJ, approximately 0.0115 square miles, 7.357 acres. The El Paso Central Appraisal District property IDs are 617067, 73607, 255687, and 206098.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Lorene Quimito, City Planner. The item for your consideration is a release from the City of Socorro's ETJ. Recent legislation has changed local government code to provide property owners with an avenue to release property from the ETJ. As long as the property owner follows the process, there is very little recourse for the city other than to just allow them to be released. And with that, staff can answer any questions.
Ms. Quimito, this current release from the ETJ, is this tied to the one in prior months with that large group?
No, in recent meetings, you've had 2 large requests that have been in the area of Darrington. And on 2 separate occasions, you approved releases from the ETJ in the Darrington area, and then larger one for the Pecan Valley Estates area. These are 3 properties all under one ownership, and they are within different they are scattered around in different areas of the ETJ.
This is for commercial development, huh?
It appears so. The owner is, I wrote it down, Mr. W. Fireworks.
Yeah, okay, okay. Well, any other questions or comments on this item?
No, sir.
No.
I took it what's the question on this action? I mean, what's the purpose of this action? To not follow?
Just to release them from the ETJ, which would then allow them to not have to follow any of the city's subdivision requirements. Pretty much that's the only item that the city can have jurisdiction over in the ETJ.
Okay.
And at the same token, if the city were to provide a specific service around that area, they would not qualify for it.
That would be correct if the city provided any services, but this is area that is outside of the city limits.
So anything within 2-mile radius of the cities in our ETJ, and any type of development that occurs, they have to comply with the city of Socorro's regulatory
Subdivision ordinance.
Standards.
Both within our 2-mile ETJ and our 5-mile ETJ.
So pretty much they can build however they want, whatever they want, and they're in the county, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
There was a motion and second on this item. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And that motion carries. The next item is 27. This is the discussion and action to direct staff to prepare an inventory of city-owned real property to identify parcels that may be declared surplus and considered for sale or other disposition.
Motion to approve.
Second. Thank you, Mayor and Council. An interested party recently approached the city regarding the purchase of a property that the city owns. And this is an opportunity to process to follow that process and see if there's any other property that the city may have that is eligible for sale or disposition. The first step would be to inventory all of that property to define and determine which of that is surplus that the city does not need for any future project that the city may need, a future recreation center, a future site, or any other service that the city may provide. But with this request, it seemed like a good opportunity for the city to look into what resources the city has and might be able to put back out into the tax roll.
Any questions or comments by council on this item here?
No, sir.
Ms. Quimito, with what you've been able to see just right now, I know that you still need direction from staff, but does the city own, I mean, I'm sure it's very little property.
It would be difficult to say, but once
Okay.
we go in there and look, there are already just that one example of this property out in the ETJ that one wouldn't think the city owns, but
Are you able to, yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt. Are you able to share the property that, of interest?
I don't have the address off the top of my head.
Okay.
But it is in the ETJ out in the Darrington area.
Oh, okay, okay.
On
no.
Fortuna Street.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember that.
see? Hey, we own property out there? All right. Any comments or questions here on this one? Okay, that was a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And that motion carries. The next item is 28. This is the discussion and action to approve an event permit for the St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church 2026 Bazaar to be held from June 26, 2026 through June 28, 2026, and waive the associated event permit fee.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. This item is an event permit and request from St. Peter and Paul Church to conduct their annual church bazaar. The event would be held Friday, June 26th through Sunday, June 28th. The request is also for a waiver of the permit fee, and with that, staff can answer any questions.
Any questions or comments on this item here?
No, sir.
There was a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And that motion carries. Thank you, Ms.
Thank
Quimito.
Thank
The next item here is agenda item number 29. This is by our city manager, the discussion and action to approve the purchase of a quick ship playground unit for the Bulldog Championship Park from Craftsman in the amount of $27,319.91 through the buy board contract number 781-25.
Motion to approve.
Second.
So good evening, Mayor and Council. This item is requesting approval for the purchase of the playground unit for Bulldog Championship Park. This equipment will replace the existing climbing rope structure, improving safety, functionality, and overall usability of the park for our residents, particularly for children ages 5 to 12 years of age. On the screen, you can see a visual of the equipment along the location within the park where it will be installed to give you a better idea of the improvement. The vendor is part of a buy board cooperative, which meets all procurement requirements. Funding is available in the park maintenance line item at the Parks and Public Works budget. So staff is recommending approval, and we're here to answer any questions.
Council have any questions or
No, sir.
concerns? Trying to see, there's an image of the, in the backup, but there's no image right of, oh yeah, there it is.
In the backup, yes.
Yeah, there it is.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. That was a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And that motion carries.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you. The next item is agenda item 30. This is the discussion and action and ratification of the March 19, 2026 letter of support signed by me, Mayor Cruz, for the El Paso County Housing Authority's request for fiscal year 2027 community project funding.
Motion to approve.
Second.
So the reason why we have to bring these items to council is a lot of times, similar to our sister cities like San Elizario, the county, the El Paso County Sheriff's Office, they ask for letters of support. Sometimes these requests fall and need to meet a deadline before we can actually meet and bring it to the table for approval. So what I do is I sign and I kind of ask you all for forgiveness later. But these letters of support are the request for funding so that they can help bring the resources not only to our community but the surrounding communities. And that's what this item here is for. We also have some members here in the audience. Mr. Martinez, are they allowed to speak on this item just to share some information, or do we just need to be cut and dry and to the point? It's discussion on the ratification for the support letter.
If they've signed up, they can certainly speak. If they haven't and council suspends the rules, they can speak.
Would you like to speak on this item? If not, we can.
We're just here in case anybody had any questions.
Okay. Well, the support letter was for some housing units to be built within city limits, but on county property for veterans. And I think that there's nothing wrong in that. But if you all have any questions or concerns, they can answer these questions. Any members of council have any questions on this item here?
We're good.
No? Okay. There was a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And that motion carries. Do we have any items for 31, 32, and 33?
No, sir.
Motion to delete items 31, 32, and 33.
Second.
There was a motion and second to delete items 31, 32, and 33. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Been a motion and second to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
This motion adjourns at 7:17 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you.